Hey guys, going to be using the 20102 from Omega. This has been in the water for a little while, several minutes, and shook it out just kind of to do the photo for the video. I get it back in the soaking cup. It is a boar brush, and so most everybody agrees that you need to soak it before the shave. I usually like at least 3 minutes, but sometimes a little bit more. If it's a younger brush, to kind of help it break in maybe a little quicker. Just a little quicker maybe. We're going to be using the President. Now this looks very similar to the Aristocrat I used the other day. Very, very similar. It's silver, obviously. Silver color, chrome color. Whether it's rhodium or chrome, I can't remember. It might be rhodium. And this is a great clean example of a very nice razor, and it does seem to shave differently than the Aristocrat. I like the way this guy shaves, a little smoother. Maybe it has a better grip on the blade. I don't know. The Nacet is going to go in it, and we are looking at 254 shaves is the count. Will be the count after today's shave. Going to try a new soap to me. Been used a few times by the previous owner. Pharaoh's Dreamsicle. This is a combination. They basically took a Dreamsicle type, orange Dreamsicle type scent, which would be a couple of kinds of orange, blood orange, sweet orange, and then they add vanilla to that to make the Dreamsicle scent. Stirling, soaps. And then they just decided, hey, let's put in some Egyptian musk. And they did. And they really liked it. It smells really good from the tub. Looking forward to trying it out. All right. So let's get that blade. Here is the Nacet. There's the dots and all that. Dots go down toward the handle is just what I'm doing. This is the only one where I'm focused, where I'm orienting it a certain way. All the rest of them is just random. I just drop it in the razor. All right, I just had a shower, so my face is wet and hydrated, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and load. Shake out much of the water. And then let's do a 20-second load. See if that looks good. Yeah, it looks like that'll probably be enough. Just a few more seconds to make 20. And there we go. Not too messy. Little messy. It's okay. Clean off the side of the tub. Yeah, man, you can really smell that musk. It was really funny. I like to copy and paste the maker's soap scent descriptions from, their website or whatever resource I have available. And Rod started out writing, he said, well, I was visited by King Tut in a dream. Nah. My wife and I were visiting Cairo. And, hey, we just threw some things together. And this is what ended up. So you had a little tongue-in-cheek there. So it's coming together pretty good into a early foam. So this boar brush uses Omega's kind of unbleached bristles. I've been told, research seems to say that all of Omega's bristles are pretty much the same kind of caliber, same quality. They're not like Samog where they have different grades of hair. It's just that with Omega, some of them are bleached and some of them aren't. This brush has a very long loft. relatively speaking, and so that the stiff Omega bristles are going to be given a little bit more comfort to your face because of that extra loft, a little bit more softness. Now see, without even adding much water, any water to the lather other than what was in the brush, we've been able to build this up. Now this is going to be too dry to put on your face. It'll probably feel slick, but it needs more water. I'm just going to go ahead and shoot 2 teaspoons right in there because I know about Stirling. I've avoided this scent for quite some time because the word Dreamsicle didn't really intrigue me. There are some different makers who've made a orange Dreamsicle kind of scent, and it was just seemed a little kitschy to me. I didn't really see myself enjoying shaving with a popsicle stick, But orange and vanilla, if I would have thought about it in the sense of that, I might have tried a Dreamsicle scent already. Oh, Chiseled Face I think has one. Not a super strong scent there coming from the lather. I do pick up the orange. So the other parts of it might be relegated to softer parts of the scent. Now Stirling, with its beef tallow base, gets nice and elastic if I want it to. So I kind of know what to look for there. This is a Dollar Tree bowl. When I have a big Badger, 26 millimeter, 30 millimeter, that has a good bit of splay, this bowl feels a little small. I think this is a 6-inch bowl. Probably the top diameter here is 6 inches. And so I have another bowl that's has a little bit more kind of room inside of it and stuff. And so I might start using that one when I have the bigger Badgers that splay, especially if they have shorter handles. And I don't think the handle is going to get quite as messy with a bowl with a little bit more room in it. But for your average brushes, this bowl seems to be doing great for $1. Seriously. All right, take a look here. That's what I'm talking about. Stirling. That is it. All right. Water on my face. "24 hours or so since my last shave, so that's kind of what the growth we're dealing with today. This is one of the borers that I've been poking through, weeding through to try to remove the blocky hairs. The ones that look like a monofilament, or that maybe they were put in backwards. Look like maybe they have a follicle root on the end of them. To see if I could get the brush to not be prickly, be a little more comfy. I think it's working. Still getting a good bit of scritch to it. Not prickly. And this still Feels like it needs just a little bit of water. Doesn't feel as creamy as I know that Stirling is capable of being. So we just add some water, turn it upside down so the water doesn't flow uselessly out the base of the knot toward the handle. And as you can see, we're generating more lather as we go, so that's a sign that the soap can easily take more water. Let's do one more dose. So that tells me that elastic lather you just saw needed even more water than I gave it. Yeah, see, look, we are building up awesome lather out the side of this brush. Okay, so we've got 4 teaspoons in use currently of water. I didn't wet the brush right then, I just rinsed off my hand. All right, it's late, so I'm not gonna tweak the lather too much, but yeah, it's a much creamier state now than before. So what I'm gonna do, refill my syringe here and put another 1.5 teaspoons in the lather. We'll mix that in before we put on the second pass. Okay, Nacet's in play. And generally, I use a pretty standard balanced angle, trying to make use of both the bottom bar, the safety bar there, of the razor, as well as the top cap. Some guys say that to get more life out of their blades, they ride that top cap, which means to give it a little bit more pressure and usually one does that by lifting your handle a little bit and opening that up, increasing your handle angle, which, because everything's perpendicular, that decreases your blade angle to your skin. I don't do that. Well, light tugging on that first pass. So we'll have to see if this razor is efficient enough by the end of the shave to give me a good cut. Comfort level seems to be reasonable. So now let us take that 1.5 teaspoons of water and mix it. Get a good consistent mix here. Should have known that it needed even more water than that. See, that's how easy that collapses on itself. This is a much better lather. You know what? It's really funny. I'm getting a little bit of the vanilla, but not much. Definitely getting the orange. Not getting nearly as much musk here. I think it's kind of a win-win because the orange by itself, tempered by the vanilla, is a nice scent. And okay, I am starting to get the musk a little bit, and it is turning it into something classy. All right, now let's go ahead and switch to cross grain here. Light touch as always. And I have used my Marathon blades interchangeably with other blades at the same time. I've heard of other guys nicking themselves after they come off of a marathon because they are used to putting more pressure on the blade, shaving with a little slightly different technique. That's never happened to me, and I'm glad. It's a good sign. I want to keep good technique. There we go. That's much slicker, much more enjoyable lather than that first one. We'll rinse halfway. Water out of the beard. Yeah, this lather is on point. This is a good one. So if you're thinking about this scent, and you're thinking that, I don't know if Egyptian musk is really what I want. Well, for my tub right here, it's a hint in terms of the lather that you get. You may be able to, I smell a lot more muskiness off of the soap puck, but when you mix it at this ratio that I do, that musk really backs off into just kind of a hint to help make the scent more mature, enjoyable, that sort of thing, multi-dimensional. I could see shaving with this enjoyably for a very long time, not get tired of it. I also see this going really well with my Sandalwood post-shave balm. And now for the third pass, I'll switch to this direction here in my little trouble spot area. Now another thing you can do, instead of having to re-lather for a touch-up, just go grab some and hit it again. Nice thing about the bowl. All right. So we will check that out to see the closeness of the shave and see if this president, see what category he needs to be put in with this old Nacet. Full rinse now. That's really pretty good. Closeness I'm happy with. So that, it may not be as good of a shave as the Fatip open comb, or maybe the slim adjustable, the Black Beauty. I said slim, I meant to say Black Beauty or the super adjustable, vintage from Gillette. But it's pretty good. I'm definitely going to give this one another shake, the President. So, and I believe that's kind of the note that I made from him in the past, was that there's a little edginess to him to get a good close cut, but he's really comfortable as well. And so he's riding that line. He's got both things in hand. He's not super smooth. He's not silky smooth, but he's comfortable and he gives you a close shave. And maybe that's why he is an enjoyable, coveted razor. Stirling is awesome. I loaded for what, 20 seconds. I have tons of lather left over. Let's take a look at it. I could have definitely lathered for 15 seconds and not have a problem. Big old dollop here. How much extra lather do I have? 3 passes, probably. And as always, this is just a silky smooth, luxurious lather. Contact slickness, wonderful. Just a light, buttery, kind of slickness. It's not heavy or thick at all. And that's what the benefit you get from such a wet, type of preference that I have. You can, of course, figure out what you enjoy with your lathers. If you like it a little thicker, go for it. I wonder, I've got this theory going. The slickness here is just terrific. And the way it is so wet, and it's just dripping off my hands, but you can see how creamy it is. So it's just such a good soap that it's able to keep both properties going at the same time. Having lots of water, retaining lots of water, and then also remaining a nice creamy soap. So well done, Stirling. No wonder you've been so popular for so many years. All right. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, sandalwood balm before my face fully dries out. This one's from Lather and Wood, pretty authentic sandalwood scent. Got it years ago. Man, come on now. See, I got a little clogging, and so it shot some of the product around the room. And this stuff, I definitely enjoy using it when, a little bit better when my face has still got a little bit of moisture on it. And I will throw on a little bit of water if I have let my face dry out. Then you can really make a little go a long way. Now, if you've got really dry skin, you may want to use more product. I'm not exactly sure how you might want to change things if you have dry skin. I have oily skin. All right, so I think we're looking at almost 6 teaspoons of water. No. You know what? I think we used about 4, and then I used another 2, adding water to that first pass, and then, yeah. So then this would be 7.5 teaspoons of water for this lather. Woof. All right. And yeah, now let's go back to the soap puck with this sandalwood going on. Obviously, sandalwood is kind of from the Egyptian area, and so that scent is no doubt going to be pretty conducive to an Egyptian musk type scent. I'm not catching very much. It's very interesting. I guess my nose has become acclimated to whatever this has got going on. I think the woody is merging nicely with the musk in here. I don't really even smell the orange. How about that? That's weird. Guess that's the way noses go sometimes. I'm going to clean up. So here's how this guy looks. You can see that we've got some outliers there, and a lot of those have split tips. It's been a little slower to split than most of my brushes. This time I did even have that a little denser, drier lather in that first pass, and many times that will help to mask a scritchy brush, and I still felt a little bit of the scrub from the tips. So it's not quite soft yet. I think this is one of the brushes that's going to take a while to get to that point. But I bet once it does, it's going to be a fun brush to use. Not really smelling a whole lot right now. And sometimes you can still enjoy it because as you're moving around the room, you'll get used to a certain area over here that's not as intense, and so your nose will get used to it, and then you'll come back and then you'll get a good whiff of what you've been enjoying. So it'll probably come and go. So I feel like trying that President again. And so I just loosened it up a little bit to give airflow. Gave it a good rinse, shook it out, and I put it up there out of the harm of the kids. And I'm not going to do any drying or anything like that. That's what I do when I know I'm going to repeat the same razor and blade setup. And there we go, folks. Thanks for watching today. I hope there was something here good for you. Going to help you out. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. I'm sleepy. And I wish you the best. COVID, at least in America, seems to have stabilized a little bit. I think we flattened that curve enough to where our health system is able to hold on to things. Just this week, my business is, my employer has started to have some of the work from home people start to come back in at a certain level. So at least in terms of some of the businesses, I think they're seeing things change a little bit toward the better. And I'm definitely seeing more traffic on my commute today than I have the last couple of weeks. But as far as COVID goes, I wish you the best, protected from it or being healing safely through it, depending on which place you find yourself. You take care. Good night.